Big boy. You want to go D1? What's D1?
Equals 5.
D1 equals 5. All right, let's do the big question. Coach, how do I go D1? All right. I had some bad news and I got some good news. I got the answers, but you might not like them. All right, how you go D1? First step, and how you go D1, you got to hit the genetic lottery. That's just how to go Division 1. You got to hit the genetic lottery. You got to be a certain height and speed in order to be able to go Division 1. That's the first thing. That's the first thing that they're looking for, how tall you are and how fast you are. 2, develop and work on your game all the time. Anytime you get an opportunity, go develop and work on your game. That don't mean always you got to go get a trainer or anything like that. Development and working on your game means running track. Go run track. That's how you get faster. You can be on a track team at your school. That's the easiest way. And for some of y'all just don't want to do that. But that is the easiest way you develop and work on your game. Jump on the track team. Jump on the track team. You can only get fast by running fast. It's literally that simple. The other drills and developments, those are side dishes. Those are side dishes, but you got to run track. All right. You got to run fast to be fast. If you get with a trainer to get faster, he doesn't have you running fast, you're not going to reach your peak and what you need to do. All right. Third thing, go work out directly in front of the college coaches. Go work out directly in front of the college coaches at the one-day camps, at the mega camps. Go in front of them and do that. If they don't talk to you after the camp, they don't believe you Division 1. Their opinion is fact because they're the ones that gives out the scholarship. Find a school and a coach that likes you. Stay on top of your grades, yo. You need a 2.3 core GPA in order to get it. But like I said before, your talent level gives you a bigger leash. If you just barely close to being D1, them grades better be on point. That's the truth. A lot of coaches ain't going to tell you that. The bigger your talent is, some coaches will give you a little bit more leeway just because of the things that you're able to do and how you're able to affect the game because your talent is big and they don't get a chance to see players like that. 99.7% of y'all are not that. So in high school, y'all not that. All right. That's how you go Division 1. But more, just work on your game. The last thing, if you don't love the game, if you do not love whatever sport it is that you want to go Division 1 is, you will not be successful at it. Because when you get to the next level or as you progress, the sport changes from just having fun and being happy. There's just so many things that you just have to do that are not fun. That are not fun. And if you don't love the game, you're not going to want to do those things. And once you get to the next level, you're going to see them people that God made. You're going to see them people that hit the genetic lottery and that God gave them a little something extra in order for them to be special. That's the college level. And the NFL level is just NFL, NBA, or any pro level is just something that you just never seen before. You gonna meet some guys that be like, yo, who your daddy? Who your mama?
I want some more water.
Cool, we get you some more water in a second. If you a certain height, you got to be a certain speed. If you shorter, you got to be fast. And when we talking about Division 1, it's different levels to it. There's your Power 4, which was used to be a Power 5. And Power 4 just means the 4 power conferences, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC. You got your Group of 5 conferences, which is your MAC, your Mountain West, and a few of those Group of 5 conference, the American Conference. It's kind of all over the place and whatnot. And then you got your Division 1 AA's, like your Missouri Valley schools, like your Illinois State, your Western Illinois. So there's levels to the Division 1 thing. And with the transfer portal, it just make everything just murky. Like it's a lot of different paths to be able to get to like the Power 4 level, because that's what they paying. The type of money that they paying right now for a college athlete at 19, 20 years old, everybody's trying to get to that. Everybody's trying to play on TV. Everybody's trying to play on that stage. And sometimes y'all just miss out on the biggest number of all. Only 1% of kids go to the Division I level. So if it's 100 kids in a room, only one of them is going Division I. On average, that's just a number. So that's what I mean when I say the genetic lottery. And people look at our school or look at me like, man, CJ, like you helped this person go Division I, or you did this, or you did that. And it's just, no, those are my relationships. The truth is they went Division I. They did everything they could and they had the abilities and skills to go Division I. I just was able with my relationships to put their stuff on the table. Your resume is your tape and your grades and that person's opinion about your character. You are who you are on paper. If a coach look at your grades and say you're an okay football player, he's going to judge you based on those two things, right? So you're saying, how do you go Division I? This is the first thing that you can do. If there's a school that you want to go to the roster. Go to the roster and look at the sizes and weights of the people at your position. And then look at what they weighed in high school. Because they may be a little bit, they're going to, Demetrius Cooper, for example, was 195 pounds in high school. He played defensive end, 195 pounds. He ended up playing at 260, 265. So depending on your frame and your build and what you can get to, coaches do that. Like, for example, and this is why you can't cheat the weights. When a college coach see you in person and he walk up to you, he gonna grab you to see what you feel like. He gonna tap your legs. He gonna hit your shoulders. He gonna be like, hey, son, you been lifting weights? Where your arms at? How you feel good?
Yeah.
They gonna see what you've been doing. That's what they want to see. They want to see if you big and strong and have you putting the work in. That's the one thing you never going to be able to cheat. When they see you in person, they going to be able to see if you putting the work in. Some of y'all think that you just going to get Division I because you just put that in your mind. Like, no, you got to put that in your damn work ethic. And you have to work. Some people, based on their genetics and what they just, God has given them, they're going to be able to go D1. He's like, man, I work way harder than that person. I had way better than stats. The college coaches don't give a fuck. They're recruiting you based on potential and your talent level, and they're not comparing you to the guys that you play with at the high school level. They're comparing you to the guys that they play against every week and the guys that they have in their room. When you go to a college or you go on a visit, at the end of the practice, they separate into position groups. Everybody look the same. They get a chance to go pick what they want for that fits their scheme. And if you don't fit their scheme, they don't want you. That just is what it is. They call coaches like a grocery store. Coach, I need a backer that's 6'2", 205, 200, 195, legit 4'6". You got one of those? Like, no, wherever you tell me where they at, I need one of those too. The last thing about Division I for skill players, if you get the ball and you get out in the open and you get caught, that is a huge red flag to college coaches. If you cannot run by the people in high school, you can't run by the people in college. It's literally that simple. For linemen, you got to be explosive off the ball and being able to finish blocks. For defensive linemen and linebackers, you have to be able to engage and be violent with your hands and being able to block destruct. Play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. All right. If you're a defensive player, and when you hit people in high school, if they don't stop or go backwards, that is not a plus. That is a minus. If you can't tackle those people, you're not going to be able to tackle the people at the Division I level. That's your tape. Those are the things that you got to show on your tape. If you do not show those things on your tape, you are not a Division I player. You may not even be a Division II player, depending on your size, where you play, and who you play against. I will admit, who you play against matters because it shows the level of competition and what you can compete, who you can compete with, and how you look versus that competition. If you're playing against a bunch of Division I players, the coaches know that. All right. But more importantly, they want to see how fast you are and how big you are. Those are the most important things. 7-on-7. Before I talk about 7-on-7 football, I'm going to tell you mine. I started my coaching career after college as a 7-on-7 coach. I worked in 7-on-7 for 10 years. I had the Hero Foundation. We traveled across the country, different tournaments, playing in the Midwest region. Playing in the Midwest region in tournaments. We got some pretty, stop big boy. We got some pretty big time players on our 7-on-7 roster. All right, we got some pretty good players that went to some places and played well. 7-on-7 is beneficial. But 707 not going to get you a scholarship. 707 will not be the reason you go D1. 707 might get you a little bit of exposure, depending on who you're playing for, who you playing against, and the tournaments that you're playing in. But let me help you to show you something about 707. It ain't in no pads. Some of y'all are actually really soft. Some of y'all are soft. Some of y'all can't hit. And the college coaches know that. So this is how 707 can help you. You go to a tournament, you post some videos, you post some clips, you ball out. And you get the college coach's attention from that 707 tournament. Because that's true. That does happen. But you know what he about to do next? Man, Caleb James balled. In that tournament, I seen his Twitter. He posted some highlights. He looked fast on one. He made a great move. Put his high school tape in. And there it goes. And if he put that tape in and you can't play, he gonna cut that shit off. It all comes back down to your high school tape, where you can tackle and be physical and play 11-man football and see if you can run. The coaches show with
My dad.
There we go. Coaches show with CJ. You ready?
Yeah.
No. This is the coaches show. This is the coaches. This is the coaches. Big boy. The coaches show with who?
Of CJ.